Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Dr. Velasquez, Health Officer for Spokane County. And today I'm joined by our breastfeeding peer counselor, Toria Metcalf, and international board-certified lactation consultant, Anna McMullen. I had to read that because it's important that you hear the titles. And people are probably wondering, Toria's here, Anna's here, what are we talking about? So I'm going to tell them. We're going to talk about breastfeeding. And the reason for that is August 1st to the 7th is World Breastfeeding Week.
Yep.
So we wanted to make sure that we could have a conversation and tell folks about why is that important. So thank you for coming. And first thing I'm going to do is, can you tell us, what do you do at SREC?
Yeah, I'm Tori. I'm the breastfeeding peer counselor. I help moms with breastfeeding and kind of help them through their overcoming obstacles and meeting their breastfeeding goals.
Okay.
And I am the breastfeeding clinic coordinator for our WIC program as well as a WIC certifier. So my role as a breastfeeding clinic coordinator would be to offer extra support to our breastfeeding mamas and babies, and anything that's out of the scope of practice for Tori and Stacy will be referred to me so I can offer them that extra support, however that looks like.
Wonderful. And I see both have your branded wear that says WIC.
Yes.
And can you tell us what WIC is for folks that may not know?
Yeah. So what the WIC program is for women, infants, and children. We support the child 5 and under, and then we support the lactating parent, the postpartum parent, and offering support to them however they need. Oh, and of course pregnant mommies as well. So we offer a wide range of resources to our participants. During our appointments, we cover everything from nutrition education, tips and tricks for their toddler years, referrals to any kind of program we felt that might be fit for them for things that are offered in our community, like the Nurse Family Partnership Program or ABC
Right.
Dental, things like that.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because we've had all of those here over the last year or so. But it's important to remind people the breadth of services that our WIC has. And if they don't know where to find it, they should go to our website and WIC, and you'll get all the information. So a lot of people think about breast feeding as something that, well, that's between the mom and the baby. And so I'm going to be a general citizen. I don't have any kids. I don't know anybody that has any kids. Why is it important for the community to be aware and be supportive of breastfeeding in general?
Yeah. So breastfeeding is a critical public health priority because it provides infants with essential nutrients and antibodies while offering significant long-term disease prevention for both the lactating parent and the child. Rather than an individual choice, it functions as a foundational community health strategy, yielding massive economic and environmental benefits. The major health organizations like the World Health Organizations and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they advocate for exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months and then up to 2 years and beyond for continued nursing. Breast milk transfers vital antibodies that are going to protect babies from short-term illnesses such as GI disorder,
Right.
They're of course sudden infant death syndrome, and pneumonia, ear infections, etc. It is also linked to reduced risk of chronic conditions including asthma, obesity, and type 1 diabetes. For the breastfeeding parent, it's going to lower maternal risk for developing type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, ovarian cancer, and breast cancer. When we support breastfeeding as a collective in our community, the return is immense value to the wider society through various interconnected impacts, such as lower health care, environmental sustainability, community resilience, and lower health inequities. It's for these reasons alone, or for these reasons and much more, that I am very passionate about everyone being supportive of our breastfeeding families.
Wonderful. So it's a fairly impactful activity, not to mention the bond that is created between mom and baby, which is a lifelong sustained activity. I do know that some people may not be able to participate in breastfeeding, which I want to make sure that we mention that because not everybody either can or is able to, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
No one should feel that they're not providing their baby with something because they can't. But we do know that over the many decades, there's been a lot of research about the benefits. So if you are able to, and you can, and you're medically cleared to do so, I think it's a good thing to do for a lot of reasons, health as well as mental health and the long-term benefit of the baby. So how
Absolutely.
can the average member in the community support breastfeeding in general?
Well, the community has every person has a role in the community.
Okay.
So it starts with the mother herself, educating and persevering through educating herself on breastfeeding and persevering through those harder moments. And then you have the close family and friends around who can provide support directly to the mother and allow the mother to more focus on feeding her baby. And then you go outside the close family relationship to your healthcare providers, your OBGYNs, your midwives, your nurses, your pediatrician, the hospital staff, anybody you encounter. They can support breastfeeding mothers by educating themselves and making sure their information is up to date on breastfeeding and acknowledge and supporting mothers in their feeding goals with their babies. Then you have your workplace and your child care facilities, and these can help support breastfeeding mothers by providing safe and private spaces for mothers to be able to pump when they're away from babies. And child care facilities can support breastfeeding mothers by providing and storing breast milk properly to allow mothers to still continue on that breastfeeding journey while they're separated from their babies.
Right.
And then lastly, in the community, we have our policymakers and our politicians who can continue to advocate for the breastfeeding mothers in our communities, but also mandate those laws that we have statewide and nationally to continue to protect breastfeeding mothers in public and to set those laws for the workplace as well. So every single part of the community does have a role in supporting breastfeeding moms.
Wonderful. So I'm glad you mentioned all of that because we as an employer, we do have breastfeeding spaces. We also have the ability, our employees have the ability to bring their babies, at least for the first 6 months and longer, depending on the baby. And when you go around the building, sometimes you assign babies here.
Yeah.
So, which, is perfect. It's kind of interesting that there's actually happens to be a baby over on that side, close to me, so I go and say hi whenever I can. He likes me, by the way. So it makes me smile when I see him, because it reminds me of my own grandkids. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
but tell us. I mentioned at the beginning that the World Breastfeeding Week is happening first week in August. But tell us a little bit more about that and activities, what's going to happen, what should we know about it, and where can we find information?
Yeah, absolutely. So August 1st through August 7th is World Breastfeeding Week. August is National Breastfeeding Month.
Okay.
So throughout the month there are different weeks that you celebrate and focus more celebration on different categories of breastfeeding. But for the first week of August, we will be celebrating with WIC to just kind of celebrate, advocate, and spread awareness around breastfeeding. We will be set up in a booth at the Browns Additions Farmers Market on Saturday, August 1st at the Coeur d'Alene Park from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. We will be a booth of breastfeeding awareness. We'll have some activities, some goodies, and some treats that support the breastfeeding mothers while celebrating and advocating for World Breastfeeding Week in our community at a fun event. So it should be definitely very fun to kind of be there and stop by and support breastfeeding mothers and get some more information and yeah.
So can you say again, when will that be?
August 1st,
Okay.
8 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Browns Additions Farmers Market at Coeur d'Alene Park.
Got it. So come to the farmers market,
Yeah.
stop at our booth, and go to MAC and see the new exhibit.
Yeah.
Make it a whole day. How's that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So
fun,
wonderful. Yeah,
fun time.
it's a beautiful part of town. So with a lot of history. So I'm glad to hear we're going to be there. Anything else we want to share with folks before we depart?
You have anything to say?
No, I think we said it all.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I get your message, breastfeeding, extremely natural process, beneficial
Absolutely.
for those that can do it, beneficial for children that can be breastfed, because sometimes it's the child, sometimes it's could be the mom or the circumstances. If you are an employer or if you're a coworker, let's support that and make sure that people feel comfortable doing that, whatever that
Absolutely.
may be, including work. And if you happen to be a community member or a family member, give moms a hand, because sometimes
It could be hard.
can be really hard, and just a break,
Yeah.
like a 15-minute break, goes a long way. Have an hour break to take a nice hot shower or just
Absolutely.
walk away for 5 seconds.
Yes.
So that's something that we all can do while baby sleeps after being fed.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
You can tell I've been around, right?
Yeah.
Well, with that, I want to say thank you for coming. Folks, don't forget the first week in August the 1st, the team will be at Bronze Edition.
Yes.
Stop by, say hello. And if you have any questions about today's, go to our website. You'll see more information. I think we flashed a few things in the background as we were speaking. So appreciate you coming. Appreciate all that you do.
Thanks for having us, Dr.
And I'm sure we'll see you back again. We do have WIC here fairly often for a variety of reasons, an important service. So I want to say thank you to everybody that joined us today. And thank you to the team. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you again next week. Have a great day.